Hey, everybody, it's me, Jonathan Millard, the voice of the Vale, back with another Big Hype podcast, brought to you in association with Big Hype Energy Drinks, Big Bravos boxing gloves, protect yourself at all times while wearing Bravos, and Big Combat Ticks, which is a platform for boxers, promoters, and fighters for you to get tickets from them, and they get their share as well, making it fair and obvious. But ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests joining me, I don't know what joining is, but joining me in the studio tonight, soon to be the pro boxer that he needs to be, and he's going to go straight to the stratosphere. Please welcome Cillian Mills.
Hi mate, you all good?
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah man, not too bad. So, it's training hard.
It's the life of going to the stratosphere. Like I said, I've watched your career for a while, but we'll come to that in a minute. We will start with the same question that I ask everyone, which is, how and why did you get involved in boxing?
Well, we'll go back to when I was about 11. It actually wasn't boxing, it was kickboxing. So my dad was actually a kickboxer, and then I was playing football as well, and then he took me basically to a kickboxing gym, and then just kind of fell in love with fighting from then on. I've done that for about 5 years. I was unbeaten in kickboxing as well.
I did not know.
Stopped when I was about 16, just because I was playing. Obviously, I was in sport like since I could walk, so I was playing football as well. So I wanted to play football. And then when I was about 17, literally my mate who I went to school with, I was saying, he's going to a boxing gym because his cousin, who is now my coach actually, Gary.
Right, yeah.
Funny enough. He was just saying, my cousin fights down at this gym, he'd come along, and I was like, all right, yeah, go on. And then me and my mates just went down, literally like 5 minutes from my house, didn't even realise it was there. And then I stayed, obviously all my mates just went for a few months. I just got addicted to it basically. And then so I've been fighting since I was 11, doing kickboxing, had a bit of a break, and then fell into boxing through my friend. So just been at it ever since, really.
The first time you stepped in a ring then, Cillian, how did that feel? What was it like? I mean, because considering you started in a different discipline, but...
Yeah. So we're talking about kickboxing then, yeah? Back when I was 11.
When you first stepped in the ring, what was that first...
It was a bit when you first, obviously... when you're that young, you don't really kind of think. You kind of just you throw yourself at it, kind of thing. So I wasn't really thinking about getting hit or anything like that. Like some kids, obviously they get in there and they get hit and they're like, nah, I don't want any of that. Yeah. I just kind of thrived on it, and then I didn't really have any second thoughts about it really. Just kind of gone with it.
You enjoyed it? That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Did you enjoy it? So I mean, as long as you're kind of enjoying what you're doing and things. Yeah, when you're younger, you do. Your body's not, you're not so precious about your body. You kind of let, you test yourselves as much as possible.
Exactly.
And boys tend to do that as well. They kind of throw themselves around a bit more than girls. No offense. Form, but there's a sort of thing, like I say. So you were doing kickboxing and football. Kickboxing. You said you're undefeated until what? How many fights was that?
I didn't have loads. I had maybe 8 or 9 kickboxing fights. That's pretty sure. Obviously, I was only a kid, a teenager, but it's fighting still at the end of the day, isn't it? So.
Well, I mean, having the courage to go into the ring between the ropes. I mean, I take my hat off to anyone who wants to step in the ring and knock, have a go, whether that's in a cage or whether that's in a ring or, wherever. It takes something to think and to remain. And even at that level, I mean, it's, you're learning the craft really at that stage. You're not really, looking for, the perfect 10-0 kind of dream.
Exactly.
So many people, it's kind of like your apprentice, kind of similar to a lot of amateur boxers when they kind of go through. They say, we had about 50, 60 bouts, but starting from age 11 through till about 17.
Yeah.
And you think, well, actually, that's, when you think, well, actually 50-50 or 60-40, they win some, they lose some. And
it's all learning at the end of the day.
Yeah. Exactly. With football as well, were you doing something were you involved in that sort of county level or were you sort of city level?
Yeah, I was, to be fair, I was
doing that?
I was semi-pro kind of level. I was actually quite a good footballer as well. So I was doing that alongside. I was actually doing it alongside when I first started boxing as well. I was still playing until about 18 when I obviously decided to just fully focus on
Yeah.
boxing. So yeah, I was at a decent, at a good level of football as well.
Do we play for any teams that we would know, or you can drop them?
I was playing at Biggleswade Town. Like just like teams around this area, like around my area, where I'm at in Hertfordshire and Bedfordshire. So yeah, they're some good level teams.
That's good. That's good. So you're out every weekend. You're already kind of used to being on the road a little bit as well, traveling and so on, because you would have gone to away games as well with home games as well. What was you said there before you decided to focus down on boxing? What was your decision behind focusing on boxing, not on the football or any other discipline?
It was just, I feel like I was just kind of fell in love with it a lot more than football, and I could see myself obviously progressing. I was improving like quite quickly. I was, winning fights and just like, just get, you have the bug for it, and then obviously you want to focus. Like if I could just focus on boxing, like, I could say, imagine how good I would be. Then just obviously trying to do the both.
Yeah.
And then that's literally why I chose boxing, because I knew if I could focus just on that one thing, I could really, really go somewhere.
But again, so going into that, where was that? Was that in the same gym that you're in now?
Yeah, it was in the same gym. Yeah.
Did you have any amateur fights again? Because I can't remember.
Yeah, I had amateur. So I was having amateur fights, and then obviously COVID happened, and then obviously like I was still. To be fair, I was trained like throughout lockdown. Like my dad and mum could say this. I trained every single day, like running, just shadow boxing. I was like making up workouts in my back garden and stuff like that. So I was staying in shape, and then when COVID obviously ended, the amateur boxing was kind of slow. Like we had to re-sign up to England boxing, but it was taking forever. So obviously I jumped in. This is when I went into Quest now, and obviously this is when you started to see me.
Okay.
And then this is around 2021, 22, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That's when I started going to Quest fights.
Okay.
And then jumped back into the amateur boxing after that.
So right. So for those listeners who may not know, Quest Boxing is like I call it semi-pro, but it's kind of I think a good platform for.
It's good. It's a very good platform
to show. I mean, they've got quite a lot of people come through, like Mace Rueg, Gemma Rueg, Anthony Yard,
Anthony Yard,
Quest, and they've gone on to other things and gone into the pro. You're a product of that as well now, I suppose. We can say as well. I didn't realize you were back and forth between the amateurs and the
so
the pro
obviously
semi-pro stuff.
Once we got affiliated with England boxing again, obviously you're not allowed to do both, so I stopped obviously the Quest fights, and then went back to obviously the amateur boxing, and then from there, like where I'm at now, decided to turn pro.
So how many amateur fights roughly? 20?
Amateur, I had about 16, I think.
Okay.
16.
Average win-loss record average?
And I won 16 at the amateurs. 16 fights. I think it was that 12 wins, 13 wins.
That's great. And then Quest, you had what, about 4, I think, if I remember. I announced most of
them. I think it was 5. I think that's 5.
I know it was 3 minimum, but I can remember 3 fights off the top of my head because they are
I think it was 5.
Very memorable fights.
The
other ones might have been throwaway, so I don't know. I can't remember those ones, but
5, it's 5 fights.
So 20 fights back and forth. Which ones did you? And then sort of now you're deciding to switch over to the pro side of it as well.
Yeah.
You signed with Goodwins. Again, a champion maker in his own right.
Exactly.
Management team. You'll do well there. Did you, going back to that sort of amateur, semi-pro kind of pro sort of levels, what have you found the differences between those things, and how have you adapted your training then to fit those
what from the amateur and the pro?
Those sort of levels, I suppose, is the
amateur boxing is obviously a lot of, like, point scoring, isn't it? So it's not like you don't get loads of knockouts and like show or knockouts, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of point scoring, high work rate, obviously these 3-minute rounds. So it's scored a lot different than obviously professional boxing, or even obviously Quest. It is kind of like a pro. It's like a pro setup, really, the way they run it. So yeah, like my training, yeah, I did have to adapt it a little bit going to obviously to the amateurs. Obviously, a lot more high work rate, and like obviously different shot selection. Well, obviously in professional boxing, you're kind of 10-ounce gloves. You're going for the knockout, innit?
Yeah.
So you're kind of sitting in the shots more. You kind of take your time. Well, I think in amateur boxing, it's a bit more. I don't say rushed, but you got to throw a lot of punches. Basically, put it that way. You got to throw a lot of punches.
Yeah, because you're 2-minute rounds in 2-minute rounds in those situations.
Yeah.
Fast, again, like you say, you've got to get the shots off and underway. Otherwise, you can't sit back on it. You've only got 3 rounds.
It's only 3 rounds. So
so again, I just wondered, have you adapted your training now? Because you're entering red. When is the debut now? It's September.
September 13th. York Hall, yeah.
Not far away at all.
Nah.
Have you adjusted your styles and your stance to?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Let us in on this on the secret. Not to give too much away. I know you got Jordan Granham, and he's gonna.
No. I think everyone knows. Everyone knows. Everyone knows that obviously the pro style was like a lot different to the amateurs. So like it's not like everyone's gonna expect obviously a change in style. I think the biggest change is more like picking your shots, and not obviously like it's not about obviously the amount you throw. Obviously, you still want to throw a decent amount, but it's more about the placement and when you throw it, setting up shots. Yeah. Just little adjustments really. But I feel like my style was naturally more suited to the professional game, and obviously in September 13th I'll be able to show that.
Yeah. So September 13th comes, we go through the rounds, we get through the thing. What are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to perhaps seeing the crowd or hearing the crowd? You probably won't even hear them. You'll be focused on doing what you've got to do in the ring. So what are you looking forward to?
To be fair, this is why I obviously did like the question. I do love like the crowd and the boxing atmosphere. Like is one thing, like the ring walk, like it's entertainment in it, isn't it? So boxing, entertainment, sport, entertainment, business. Like you don't want it to be boring. Obviously you want to win. That's the main thing, like the performance in the ring. But you got to have the whole package. So the crowd, obviously the fans chanting. I love that stuff. Yeah,
it's definitely something to a show. I announced at amateurs and I announced at some pros. I also announced in pros. So there is always a bit of thing. We were talking about this on one of the other podcasts earlier. There's a bit of entertainment value to it. It's the same thing as being gladiators. I'm going to steal this from Huey Wilson. He said this basically boxing is a gladiatorial sport. Basically, you are coming to watch someone have a fight and ultimately win, but you also want to be entertained while you're watching those fights as well. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm pinching that from him a little bit, but I get it.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense. And I know you're a bit of a showman when you come in. You're normally in the white shorts.
I've changed it up this time. Actually, I ain't got white shorts this time.
Oh no! Okay.
I've changed it up.
We'll see those colours.
We'll see what colour I'm coming out next time.
But you're always well dressed. That's what I'm trying to say. You haven't come like you like a gym kit kind of thing. Like some boxers who just turn up and they've had the same shorts on for the last 10 years kind of thing.
Yeah.
In that sort of level, you've come to entertain. And you always bring a good crowd as well. Normally as well. So
yeah.
Ticket sales looking good as well. I'm guessing healthy.
Yeah, even bigger than. This is even bigger than obviously in the Quest fights. I brought a big crowd, so this one's even bigger.
You're going to be in the main event. You're going to be in the main place for boxing, in the home of British boxing, really.
Yeah.
York Hall. Have you been to the York Hall before? I'm going to guess you have.
Yeah, I've seen fights in York Hall. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about having your debut there?
Yeah, it's special, isn't it? Like a lot of sorry. So is that right?
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Yeah, sorry. Special, isn't it? Like a lot of big fights have happened in that venue. It's small as well, so it's like packed. So obviously, like the atmosphere is like is mad.
It's a sweat box, I like to call it.
Yeah, it's a sweat box. Everyone's close. Everyone's close, obviously, to the ring. Like you got the balcony as well, looking down. So I can't wait. Like it's a perfect venue to have obviously my debut. And obviously Goodwin, all his fights are actually in York Hall, so I'm going to be experiencing it quite a lot. And it's easy to get to from where I'm from and all my fans and supporters. So it's an ideal place.
Yeah, because based where are you based again? Where it's
I'm in Stevenage.
so it's not far at all.
Yeah, it's just outside London. So
catch the train in Bethnal Green. You're there, just around the corner from the tube station. If you decide to go that way, or walk a little bit up the road.
Exactly.
There's some good eats up there as well. I know a few shows there myself. We've got to love a bit of Bethnal Green anyway. So looking forward to the debut. I can tell that in your excitement. Everything. How's camp gone for you? How's it been?
Yeah, camp's good. Like camp is camp, innit? Like, there's not much to say. You just kind of kill yourself in training, and everything pays off in the fight night. Innit? It's just I think the camp's the hardest part. Fighting's easy. The training's the hardest part. But obviously you got to train that hard. Obviously, because like you got to train for all scenarios. Boxing's an unpredictable sport, so you got to train for everything.
I love that. I love the fact that you just said, "Oh, the fighting's easy."
Fight's the easy bit.
The catchphrase of the night. That one, I think, so far. So look, obviously, let's say everything goes well. We hope, and we wish it does. Come the morning of the 14th, what are we looking at doing? Where are we looking at going? What is Goodwin and you discussing in the background to sort of see where you're going? Because as I say, you're quite a well-known, quite a veteran, realistically, already of the ring. Where do we see the career going after that?
Obviously, I'm fully focused. Obviously, just getting the job done on the 13th. But obviously, you do have to have plans ahead. And obviously, right now, it's literally the start of my pro career. So we'll just be looking to get back out basically straight away, pretty much. Keep building my profile, keep building my name, the hype, all that sort of stuff, and then keep progressing. And then obviously building towards Southern area English, and then obviously going beyond that, British, Commonwealth, European, worlds. So that's the traditional route to go. So it'd be great to pick up every belt.
Did you get any title shot or titles in Quest? I forget.
Yeah, I got. I literally got like pretty much all of them within like 3 or 4 fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so, because again, so realistically, I mean, obviously it's recognisable that your quality is there. Understandably, you want to follow the route. The route is there. Your titles. Then we go to the English. Then we go to the British, Commonwealth, European, and so on, and all the way to the top. Is there a particular belt that you think, do you know what? If nothing else, that's what I want. That's where I'd like to go. Even is there a belt?
I would say, obviously, the British is like an iconic one, isn't it? That's like the
Lonsdale belt is beautiful.
Yeah, the Lonsdale belt.
It's beautiful.
Proper iconic, legendary belt to have. My favourite belt is the WBC belt. The WBC, like the green and gold one with all like the fighters, like and the badges and that. I've got the T-shirt, so that's my favourite belt. So that would be like a dream for me to win.
Big Hype Podcast, sponsored by Hype Energy Drinks.
And if everything went that well and you again, there's a lot of talk in boxing at the moment about the changing of the guard. Kind of there's this new sort of structured sort of boxing TKO they're considering, which is like the UFC kind of model where your boxers are allowed to train. I mean, are you one of these boxers at the moment that are lucky enough to train full time, or are you having to work and train at the same time?
So at the moment I'm working, but hopefully within like few years, I'll be, or hopefully within a year, I'll be able to, once my name obviously gets out there a bit more, win all my fights, obviously the more sponsors you get involved, I'll be able to do it full time. But I basically am doing it full time because my work's only part time, so I pretty much am full time. I'm still training like twice a day, like a professional boxer would, 2-3 times. So
Yeah.
work. Lucky enough, it's quite flexible, so it ain't really an issue. I mean, I'm all in on this boxing journey.
That's good. Yeah, because a lot of boxers, I mean, we've had a few on the podcast, they tell me afterwards they're a plaster or they're a sparky.
Yeah.
These are flexible-ish jobs enough that they can get training in every day. They're not.
I was working Tesco, man, isn't it? It's flexible enough.
Flexible enough to make sure you get some hours and get some money in your pocket to feed you and get you on to the next thing. But obviously then enough to get you into the boxing side of it as well. To pay for the gym and the coaches and your trainers, all those sorts of things as well. It's a lot. People don't realize the investment.
People don't realize, isn't it? Like professional boxing, unless obviously you get signed to like Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren straight away. Like it's not like you're not. People think, oh, professional boxing, like you're rich. I'm like, I'm definitely not, mate. But one day. But at the start, you gotta pay your dues, innit? So you gotta start somewhere.
Whatever you do, don't buy any silk sheets though, because as the saying
What's
goes,
that?
Don't buy silk sheets, because as soon as you get in silk sheets, apparently it's really hard to get out of. So
Marvin Hagler.
We gotta, with advice like that, you kind of have to take it and listen to it. It is obviously the dream. I can see in your eyes that you want to get on and progress up to that level, up to the world. I was going to say, going back to that TKO model that is out there, 20 grand a year basically to 20 grand a year. Is it 20 grand a fight? 20 grand a fight, I think it is.
I think that's good.
To sort of be out there and training. If an opportunity like that came up, but it's not kind of it's not kind of following that traditional route of, would you be open? Would you be able to sort of say, yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind having a little look at the UFC kind of TKO boxing, or whether there's something else like the Grand Prix we've just had, still going on now. It still hasn't quite finished in Saudi with the WBC. Again, different options and alternatives. Would you sort of look at those things and take everything as a sort of on its merit? Perhaps maybe it means deferring challenging for Commonwealth or a British for a year or 2 years or 5 years, depending on sort of the contracts, etc.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'd be silly not to at least have a think about it and take up the opportunity. At the end of the day, obviously the way with the Saudis obviously involved in boxing, they're opening a lot of doors to a lot of obviously fighters, whether they're at the top or up and coming fighters. So it'd definitely be I would definitely 100% take the opportunity. 100%.
I think the world of boxing is about to turn on its head. I think that's kind of where I kind of think at the moment. It's like you say, that you struggle. Some of the small hall shows are struggling for boxers to put on shows, but if they don't put them on, then they don't get chances to box. Like you say, unless you sign to someone like Frank Warren or a Matchroom or a Ring magazine. Even now, it's kind of like the grassroots really does need some help to support boxers coming through. And investment in that as well, to make sure that they've got a crop of boxers to put on big shows in a couple of years' time. So that's my 2 pennies worth.
No, you're right. It is with Saudi, and obviously everyone wants to fight in Saudi because of their money, but it's leaving a big hole in the local British boxing kind of fights. But to be fair, that's an opportunity in itself, because if you can build your name in obviously where obviously I'm from in Britain, you could be a big star over here in your own right.
That's the way forward. I think and you sign with a really good person. I mean, Goodwin has done a lot of shows, and his regular shows. They're always regular shows that he's got going on. I mean, you're not in different parts of the country. Down here in Wales, because I'm from Wales, we have a couple of good two or three good people who are trying to put on shows, run shows. Some of those work, some of those don't work. Sometimes that happens, and that's the way the cookie crumbles in other areas as well. I know, in different parts of the country that doesn't kind of work out. Some shows get pulled. Obviously, then if you're pulled, how much you put yourself into that, how much box you put yourself in. So I think you've landed on your feet with this one as well, with a good coach and a good management team behind you as well. So that looks like it's going in the right direction. WBC, if you get the gold, if you get the championships, you get that opportunity to go all the way, and I wish it does. I hope it does. What would be Cillian's most sort of prized possession? Maybe sort of looking then at doing something after boxing. What would you be up to?
After my career in boxing?
Yeah.
I think coaching, and I'd like to do like podcasting as well and commentary and just like, like what you do, or like just staying in, because the way that obviously boxing's going, it's a lot of obviously social media and the way boxing's being watched, streamed, podcasts, it's a big, it's changing it. So that's a big thing now.
I think
so.
There's obviously the Boxer deal which has gone through, which we can talk about briefly. That's with the BBC. I'm not quite sure what that looks like. What that's going to be main events on Saturday nights or Sunday nights or whatever, or whether it's just going to be on the platform somewhere in the background. I don't know. I haven't read up on it, so I might be really wrong in saying those things, and someone will correct me if that's the case. Put it in the comments. But I think you are right. The more sort of stuff that's going on, particularly I suppose that with some of the influencer boxers, I suppose.
Yeah, brought. Who knows? Might be fighting Jake Paul. You never know.
Hey, I mean, look. If someone said to you tomorrow, "Would you be on the undercard of the Jake Paul fight?" Would you?
You do it. You do it. Yeah.
I don't want to get you in trouble with the board already. Just saying, money talks, mate, and then ultimately at the end of the day, you got to look after your own career. If that meant the opportunities to go abroad and travel, like you said, I hope that you take all that with you in regards to your management. I'm not trying to guide you or anything.
No.
Anyone says anything, it's like, come blow me, he's giving me.
No, but I think everyone like give the same answer. To be fair, like it'd be silly not to at least think about it, and boxing is a tough sport at the end of the day, isn't it? You want to try and maximise your potential in a short career. Dangerous sport.
It is a short career. Although saying that, I mean, there are boxers still going in their 40s.
That's true.
Lucas Brown the other day in the O2 Arena, and phenomenally 46 years old.
He's old. I don't know if I'll be doing that. I can't laugh. I'll be chilling.
But he boxed phenomenally well. I mean, he boxed like he boxed Dillian White a few years before. He was. They hadn't lost a step, so now he signed a BKB contract this week, so he can still box. The man can still fight. So but saying that, career-wise, back to you, Cillian. I've gone off on a tangent. Back to you. So after the coaching, anything else? Is there anything else you sort of think, do you know what, I wouldn't mind doing that, try my hand at? You said commentary as well.
Commentary. I'm a model as well, so I've done like a bit of modelling.
Anything you've never seen? Or is it OF? You're not an OF model, are you?
No. None of that stuff. No. No.
Cillian OF.
No. None of that. I've done obviously like just bits of modelling and stuff like that. So I know TV, reality TV. He knows.
Who knows, mate? Who knows? He launched Tommy Fury's a Fury at the end of the day, but there's been a few boxers on there actually in the past. Actually, I remember watching. It's my little guilty pleasure with my partner. Put it on. She watches it, and I just kind of sit there going, "Yeah, okay."
It's agree.
This guy's a boxer from Yorkshire, and okay. This guy's a boxer from Essex or something. Do I know him? Bit more interesting there. Yeah, TV. I think you're a good presenter. I think you'd be a great host as well on some of the stuff as well. And
thank you.
If Alan's listening, Quest, he maybe get you back on the commentary.
Listen, I'll 100% do commentary.
Well. Jump on
100%. Commentate on the fights.
That would be great. Cillian, we have a little closing tradition on the podcast, which is an either-or, rapid-fire, quick session. So, Cillian Mills, are you ready? Seconds out, round one. Let's go. Southpaw or orthodox?
Orthodox.
Body shots or head shots?
Headshots.
Train alone or with a partner?
Alone.
Are you early bird or are you a night owl?
I'm both.
The heavy bag or the speed bag?
Heavy.
Everyone loves the heavy bag. Underdog or favourite?
Favourite.
Boxing gym or outdoors?
Boxing gym.
Short, powerful punches or long and technical game?
Long technical.
Fight dirty, fight clean?
But I know boxing does have to get dirty sometimes.
Does indeed. Loud crowd or quiet atmosphere?
Oh, loud, all day.
Always. Quick knockout or strategic win?
Quick knockout. I don't get paid for overtime in boxing.
Good man. hypothetical question: if the fight is ever signed, God, I hope it is. AJ or Fury?
AJ's my guy. AJ's my guy. Yeah.
You back the trend. I think that the last few interviews have always been Tyson Fury, based on his current form and AJ's current form. But yeah, I still want to see it. I want to see damn it. Really who wins. I want to see the fight. I've always
been an AJ fan. I've always a massive AJ fan.
There you go. Cillian, how do people get involved? How do they follow your journey and get involved and get tickets, etc. from you?
Instagram, Cillian.Mills. That's probably the best way to obviously find out about my fight, keep updated. Obviously DM for tickets. I've got a ticket link as well. I'm posting out on socials. So if people who live quite far away from me where they can't physically get the ticket, they can use my link and then just buy a ticket. September 13th, York Hall, Bethnal Green. That is the place to be, people.
That sounds like a dream. I unfortunately will not be available that night. I'm somewhere else doing something else for someone else. But I wish you every success. And
thank you, mate.
In your debut, I will be watching the socials to see what comes out and see how you get on.
Cheers, man.
Following the career as well. Perhaps we'll have you back in a couple of months or a year or so.
Yeah, definitely, man. Enjoyed it. It's really good.
Going, and we wish you every success.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Good evening. All right.
Appreciate the time. Take care, man.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the Big Hype Podcast. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. And really, I just want to ask you personally, if you could just send this on to a friend. Send it in their text, to their socials, to WhatsApp, whatever. However you get it to them, just get it to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it, and I certainly will appreciate it. So thanks again for listening to the Big Hype Podcast, and thank you again for sending and sharing.
This has been a Big Hype production, edited and produced by Jonathan Millard, assisted by Riverside FM and distributed by Buzzsprout, available on all good podcast platforms. For more information, visit www.bighypepodcast.co.uk.